Is the PTE essay freaking you out? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. But what if I told you the secret to a high score has nothing to do with being a brilliant writer and everything to do with understanding the machine that's grading you? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and give you the exact blueprint for crushing the PTE essay, all based on how the scoring AI actually thinks. Let's dive in. So, let me ask you a question. What's the #1 mistake that trips people up on this essay? You might be thinking, oh, it's my grammar, or my vocabulary isn't good enough, or my ideas aren't complex. But the real answer? It's way, way simpler. People are writing for a human teacher, not for a robot. And that's the whole game. The key isn't to write the best essay, it's to write the right essay for the AI.
And this is the big mindset shift. To nail the PTE, you need to stop being a creative writer and start thinking like a structural engineer. Seriously, forget about beautiful, emotional language and world-changing ideas. That's not the goal. Your mission is to build a solid, predictable, and strong structure using the exact building materials the AI is programmed to look for. It's all about engineering a high score, not writing a masterpiece.
Okay, so how do we actually build this high-scoring structure? Well, like any good engineer, you start with a blueprint. And the good news is it's super simple and you can use it every single time. This is your rock-solid foundation.
You've got to remember, the AI isn't looking for creativity. It's a machine. It's just scanning for patterns. And the easiest, clearest pattern you can give it is a simple 4-paragraph structure. The best part? You can get this format locked down in just a few minutes, and it gives you a massive advantage before you even type a single word.
And here is that blueprint. It is so beautifully simple. Paragraph 1, your introduction. All you do is rephrase the prompt and clearly state your opinion. Done. Paragraphs 2 and 3, your body. Each one makes 1 point and gives 1 example to back it up. That's it. And the conclusion? You just summarize what you already said. Simple, clean, effective. And it's exactly what the AI wants to see.
Now, what about the word count? You're aiming for that sweet spot, right between 200 and 300 words. And honestly, if you just follow that 4-paragraph template we just talked about, you're going to land right in that zone naturally, without even thinking about it. Remember, we're not writing a novel here. We are engineering points.
All right, we've got the foundation poured. Now it's time for the professional finish. We need to get that academic tone. And don't worry, this isn't about using a bunch of fancy, complicated words. It's just about following a few simple rules that basically signal to the AI that you know the game.
And it really just comes down to these 3 golden rules. That's it. First, keep yourself out of it. No personal pronouns like I or me. Second, no shortcuts, which means no contractions like don't or can't. And third, don't be too absolute. You're going to use something called hedging language. Let's break them down real quick.
So first up, getting rid of I think. As soon as the AI sees that, it registers your sentence as a personal opinion, which is seen as weak. But if you just swap it for something like, it is widely argued, boom, all of a sudden it sounds objective, it sounds formal, and you sound like you're just reporting the facts. That's a huge point score.
Okay, next up, contractions. This might be the easiest point you will ever get on the entire PTE test. The AI is just programmed to see words like don't and can't as informal, conversational language. So just don't use them. Always write out the full words: do not, cannot, will not. It takes half a second and it instantly makes your writing more formal.
And finally, hedging. Look, almost nothing in life is 100% certain, right? So if you write a super strong statement like, this causes crime, it sounds a bit extreme and, well, probably isn't true. Instead, you just soften it. Use phrases like, this may lead to, or this can contribute to. It shows the AI you understand nuance, which makes you sound way more academic. Okay, structure is down, tone is down. Now we get to the really fun part, the AI cheat sheet. These are the specific little hacks and tricks that the algorithm is actively looking for. This is where we stop guessing and start giving the machine exactly what it wants to see. We're going to zoom in on 4 keys to getting that 90. First, a smart keyword strategy. This is absolutely non-negotiable. Second, building what I call connective tissue to make your ideas flow. Third, using grammar that sounds complex but is actually really safe and easy to use. And fourth, the obvious one, but it's critical: 0 spelling mistakes. Nail these 4 and you are on your way.
The keyword strategy is your secret weapon. Think of it like a flashing beacon for the AI. You need to constantly tell it, hey, I'm answering your question. So look at the prompt, find the 3 or 4 main nouns, words like technology, education, environment, and then you just sprinkle them and words that mean the same thing all throughout your essay.
Okay, let's talk about that connective tissue. Your essay can't just be a list of random sentences. It needs to flow logically. And these transition words, in addition, however, consequently, they are the glue that holds your argument together. They are literal signposts for the AI, showing it how your ideas are connected. Using these at the beginning of sentences is an easy way to score big on cohesion.
And what about grammar? That word complex can sound pretty scary, but it really doesn't need to be. The PTE is not asking for super long, confusing sentences. Just look at this. A simple sentence like, technology is useful, gets a low score, but you can turn it into a high-scoring sentence just by connecting 2 ideas with a simple word like while. You're just showing the AI that you can connect different thoughts, and that's all it takes.
And finally, a quick vocabulary boost. You do not need to memorize a dictionary. You just need to level up a few of the common words you're already using. So instead of saying a lot of, try something like a plethora of. Instead of good or bad, say advantageous or detrimental. These little swaps are easy to remember and make a huge difference in your score.
So let's put all the pieces together. We've built the structure, we've added that academic polish, and we've used the AI hacks to our advantage. This is it. This is your complete roadmap to a 90.
So here's the bottom line. The one thing you need to remember. The PTE essay is not a test of your creativity. It is a test of your ability to follow a formula. That's all it is. If you master the template, use the right kind of vocabulary, and make absolutely sure there are 0 spelling errors, you are already well on your way to that top score.
So from this moment on, I want you to forget about being a stressed-out writer. You're not a writer anymore. You're a structural engineer with a perfect blueprint. You have the tools, you have the plan, and you know exactly how this thing works. The only question left is, are you ready to build your high-scoring essay?